What's good, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be going through the WWE Monday Night Raw roster and determining each of their chances to one day main event a WrestleMania. I'm going to just talk about each of them in short detail, and we're going to go over how likely it is. Maybe they've done it before. Maybe they have no realistic chance of main eventing a WrestleMania. But we're going to go through and do this for the Raw roster. And then on Friday, I'm going to post a video where we do it for the SmackDown roster as well. So let's get started here. And we're going to talk about Adam Pearce, surprisingly enough, because the chances aren't zero like you might think. He actually has a storyline right now that could see him enter in-ring action against Braun Breaker, which could be a WrestleMania match. That is definitely a possibility. It seems like right now the story and the reported story as of a couple days ago is that they're moving forward with Adam Pearce versus Seth Rollins, or sorry, Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins. But Adam Pearce definitely, I mean, he used to be a wrestler. He has the ability to wrestle. In reality, though, his chances of main eventing WrestleMania are close to zero. AJ Styles is next on this list, and he's been there, done that. He has main evented WrestleMania. He main evented night one of COVID Mania with The Undertaker in the Boneyard match, which was a great cinematic masterpiece. He definitely deserved to main event more WrestleManias. Of course, he's retired now, but I'm really happy that he got that chance when he did. Next on the list here, we have Akira Tozawa, who has no chance. Alicia Taylor, we won't talk about. Great ring announcer, though. Asuka definitely has a chance, but I think the time is probably running out. If you were to put her in a main event program right now, it would feel correct that Asuka's main eventing WrestleMania. She's one of those big names with a great legacy, and she's totally worthy of main eventing WrestleMania. Austin Theory, not there yet, but maybe in the future. Who knows? Bayley and Becky, we can actually talk about them together. Becky, I think, has a couple different pathways of main eventing WrestleMania. She's already done it before. She could definitely do it again. Bayley has potential also, especially, and the reason that I want to talk about them together is the potential for a 4-horsewoman fatal 4-way. If they're able to do that in the future, then both of these women would get a main event at WrestleMania. I think that's something that everyone wants to see. That and the Shield triple threat, I feel like, are the two biggest dream matches that were missed out on for WrestleMania. But both of these women have a good shot of main eventing. Becky Lynch, already doing it, of course, has a better shot than Bayley at doing it again also. Braun Breaker is an interesting one. I think definitely Braun Breaker will main event a WrestleMania one day. How long we have to wait for that is the question. Is that happening this year? Probably not. Next year? Very likely, and it's going to continue to get more likely if he continues on the trajectory that he's already on. Bronson Reed, a little less likely than Braun Breaker, but never say never for him. It's definitely possible. Brutus Creed, there's just no way that Brutus Creed is going to be able to main event at WrestleMania. Sorry, Brutus. Chad Gable, I know he has a lot of fans, but unfortunately, I also don't see a pathway forward for Chad Gable to main event at WrestleMania, even if he does get taken a little more seriously off the back of this El Grande Americano feud. CM Punk, he main evented last year. He's main eventing again this year. Of course, CM Punk is a bona fide main eventer. Cruz del Toro, no way. Dominic Mysterio has a lot of potential to main event at WrestleMania in the future, especially as like this big bad guy. You want to see him get beat. If he ends up with a world champion, I would bet that it's not going to happen, but it's more possible than a lot of other people on this list. There's no way either of these names main event a WrestleMania anytime soon. Dragon Lee or El Grande Americano, neither of them are going to main event WrestleMania. Finn Balor should be main eventing WrestleManias, especially with that demon persona, but that is probably not going to happen. And Grayson Waller is also, unfortunately, not going to main event a WrestleMania. Gunther, however, is definitely going to main event WrestleMania. 100% he deserves to. He definitely has the star power there, and he definitely should. Ivar, however, I think the time for the Viking Raiders is done. I don't think there's any chance that Ivar is going to be main eventing WrestleMania. Ivy Nile, she's young, you never know, but I don't think she has a chance of main eventing WrestleMania. Io Sky, 100% should main event a WrestleMania. Hopefully she does. I want to say she will, but for some reason, well, obvious reasons, woman, obviously, um, have a little bit of a disadvantage when it comes to main eventing those big shows. So I don't know if it'll happen for her, but obviously it should. She's the best wrestler in the world, and the best wrestlers in the world should be main eventing WrestleMania. JD McDonough, great wrestler, but he's not main eventing WrestleMania. Javon Evans, I could definitely see Javon Evans main event at WrestleMania one day. He's already a star. He's so beloved and he's so young. Jey Uso has main evented a WrestleMania 39 night one with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos. Jimmy's right here as well in a moment, but we'll talk about Jey first. Jey has a better chance than Jimmy of main eventing again, but it shouldn't, and I don't think it will happen. Jimmy has less of a chance than Jey at main eventing another WrestleMania, but he did already do it, so good for him. Mr. Wild here, there is no chance at a main event of WrestleMania for him. Julius Creed, just like Brutus Creed, unfortunately, there's no chance at him main eventing a WrestleMania. Maybe in the future things will drastically change, but right now there's no way. Kairi Sane will not be main eventing a WrestleMania. A great wrestler, but I think they would have had to already present her in such a way that they haven't, and I think it's too late to really walk that back too much. Kofi Kingston, I think, got about as close as he would have gotten to main eventing a WrestleMania at 35 with Daniel Bryan. It didn't happen then, even with Kofi Mania being as large as it was, so I don't think it's going to happen for him. Still a great career, great wrestler nonetheless. LA Knight, I don't think it's going to happen for him. I don't think he's ever going to get that big breakthrough moment, but he's a great wrestler, and I hope the best for him, nevertheless. Liv Morgan, she could main event this year. She's one of the biggest stars that they have. I don't know if it'll happen, but I don't think I would bat an eye if it did. Liv Morgan definitely is deserving of being in the main event. Logan Paul, brace yourself, probably is going to main event to WrestleMania at some point. They obviously see him as a big star. He's good in the ring. So whether it's deserved or not, he probably will eventually get some sort of role in a main event spot at WrestleMania. Ludwig Kaiser, he can't even show up to work, so there's no way he's going to be main eventing WrestleMania. Who even knows where he went? Lyra Valkyria, one of the best talents they have, hopefully will be main eventing WrestleMania one day, but right now it's just too soon to tell. She's too young and too new in her career. Maxine Dupree, although she had a great year, will not be main eventing WrestleMania. Things would have to really change for her to get into that echelon. Natalya is also not going to be main eventing at WrestleMania. She's been around for so long. She's done so many different things. I don't think that main eventing WrestleMania is in the cards for her. There's just bigger names that people want to see in that spot more. You need a draw, and I think she's been too watered down by her long time in the WWE. Not to take away from her great body of work, though, and her reputation of being a good trainer and a good technical wrestler. Nikki Bella is an interesting one. She could main event to WrestleMania. They could have Bella Twins versus Rhea Ripley and Io Sky main event WrestleMania Night 1 this year. Do I want to see it happen? No, not personally. But it could. It completely could. The Bella Twins are a massive draw, bigger than most wrestling fans, hardcore wrestling fans give them credit for. And I also think that they're pretty good people, so I vibe with them. But I don't think that I want to see the main event WrestleMania, but they have a better chance than most of the people on this list because their last name is just so massive. Otis, unfortunately, does not have a chance at main eventing WrestleMania. Pat McAfee, unfortunately, has more of a chance than most people on this list of main eventing a WrestleMania, but those chances are still slim to none. Penta, I don't think he has a chance at main eventing a WrestleMania. Who knows, down the line in the future he might, but I don't know if he's ever going to break to that level. Pete Dunne, I mean, as of right now, he's supposedly running around under a mask, so Pete Dunne isn't even active according to this, right? So I don't think he has a good chance right now. A lot would have to change for him, but he's one of the best wrestlers in the world, and I hope that they treat him like that one day. Rey Mysterio, it hasn't happened yet, so I don't think it'll happen in the last bit of his career here. It should have already. He's one of probably the biggest names that hasn't main evented a WrestleMania. Hopefully he's okay with that. He's done about everything else you can do in the company. Rhea Ripley is probably... I just said Rey Mysterio might be the biggest name that hasn't. Rhea's right there with him at this point. It's shocking that she hasn't main evented a WrestleMania yet, but Surely she will before the end of her career. Hopefully main event multiple at this point. She should have already had multiple main events in my opinion. Her match with Charlotte was worthy. Her match last year with Io and Bianca was worthy. The match with Becky on paper was worthy, even if the match ended up being a little hindered by sickness and anxiety, so it didn't get to that level. But those are 3 matches right there on paper that could have main evented WrestleMania, really either night. Roxanne Perez, I think it's a little too early to tell, but a good start in her career. She's definitely a workhorse in that company. Rusev, I don't think it's going to happen for him. I think he's already kind of tasted the top brass as close as he can get to it and fallen down, a couple times. But I think he still has a great career in him. He's obviously putting out great matches. I just don't think he'll be main eventing any WrestleManias. Seth Rollins, of course, is already a multi-time WrestleMania main eventer. I don't know if he'll have more in him. I hope so. But with the new talent coming up, it gets harder and harder for these guys every year. If your name's not Roman Reigns, you're not guaranteed a WrestleMania main event. And unfortunately, Seth Rollins is not named Roman Reigns. Sheamus, similar to Rey Mysterio, I think if it was going to happen for Sheamus, it would have happened already. He's kind of more a building block now moving forward than he is the main attraction, unfortunately. Stephanie Vaquer, very young, very big start to her career. I would not be surprised if she made events at WrestleMania one day. She still has a bit of a way to get to that level, I think. But who knows? Like, for all we know, she could be main eventing night 1 with Liv Morgan this year. And I don't think anyone would really bat an eye as long as they tell a good story, which they tend not to do with the woman. Who knows why? Who knows why? Let's move on. Oh, there he is. Let's ignore him. Tyler Bate, I don't think has any chances of main eventing WrestleMania, unfortunately. And then finally, Xavier Woods, I think he had his best shot when the New Day was at its peak, and unfortunately tag team wrestling wasn't taken very seriously by Vince McMahon, so they never got that opportunity, even though they probably could have. But unfortunately, Xavier Woods will not be main eventing WrestleMania. Zoe Stark, she's injured right now. She definitely has the talent in ring to main event at WrestleMania inside the ring with a high-quality match and a good moveset, but she doesn't have the charisma, and maybe she'll get there, but as of right now, I have no reason to believe that she would. So yeah, just a short video today as we go over the current WWE Raw roster and their chances of main eventing a WrestleMania. On Friday, we're going to go through the Friday Night SmackDown roster and do the same thing. And if you disagree with any of my takes, please let me know, and I will see you guys in a couple days. Thanks for watching. Bye.